He runs a website called The Black Bookie, which is very cool. You ought to stop by and check that out. And his slogan is, and I haven't hit this before, I'm going to hit it this time because it's the best one. His slogan is, if you snooze, you lose. And indeed, that is the case. There are only so many money-making opportunities to be had, and he's going to tell you where they all are. It's the one and only Black Bookie. It's Uncle Joe. Uncle Joe, how are you today?
Good morning, Connecticut. Welcome to the SnoozeYouLose podcast. I'm your host, Uncle Joe, joined by me, Ron the Don. What's going on, boss?
How's it going? Great to be back for another episode. And, just glad to be here, as always.
Seem to keep flying. Episode 6. It's getting nicer outside.
A tiny bit nicer. It's still, I want t-shirt weather, you know?
You'll get it.
Okay.
You'll get it. We're getting there. One day at a time.
No patience.
That's the problem with you kids. That's the problem with you participation award kids.
Uh-huh.
Tell Tom Izzo stop screaming at his players.
Well, he is kind of an asshole, let's be honest.
What do you want? He wants to win. The kids want to win.
The kids want to win, too.
You know why he isn't?
Okay, why is he not an asshole?
Then he wouldn't have 4 seniors on his team. Some of that has to do with talent.
Yes.
You could say. They may.
That would be my argument.
That'd be part of it. You could definitely say that.
Okay.
But kids that can transfer. They can even take a risk and try and go into the league.
You're right. That would be my argument, is like the talent. But I mean, like, come on now. Just at some point it's like you're trying to be the next
Bobby Knight.
Yeah, the next Bobby Knight, you know? Just tone it down, you know? It's 2019. We don't need that. We don't need that stuff anymore.
We do. That's the problem. You kids are soft. Stop crying.
We're not soft. We just know we don't need to be an asshole to get results.
Hey, there's different methods to different madness.
All right.
To each his own.
To each his own.
Right now, they're still playing.
Yes, you're right.
They're in the tournament. They're still dancing, so it's working.
By the way, how's your bracket looking?
Killing it.
Killing it.
Killing it. You know I'm totally against brackets.
Yes.
I hate it.
I mean, you still like filled one out for the hell of it.
I only did it because a client asked me to join his pool.
Cool.
Else I would not have done it.
All right.
I'm totally against
Shout
it.
out to that client.
Such a waste of time. No one gives a shit. And I also told you it was going to be a lot of chalk.
Yep.
There hasn't been many upsets.
No, not really.
Iowa over Cincy, one we kind of didn't see coming.
The Liberty one you saw, I didn't.
Picked it.
Yeah, you picked that one.
Picked
I did not. So that was kind of bummer.
Not many upsets.
Yeah, but you're right.
So
Not many upsets.
I mean, we've seen some really good games though.
Yeah,
but
absolutely.
not many upsets. A lot of chalk. But you are listening to the SnoozeYouLose podcast. Like I said, I'm your host, Uncle Joe, joined by me, Ron the Don. Make sure you follow us on Twitter at the Black Bookie, on Instagram at the Black Bookie. Give us a like on Facebook on the Uncle Joe. Anchor, Spotify, Apple, YouTube. Hit that subscribe button. Tell a friend to tell a friend. Subscribe to the podcast. And before we get into some more tournament talk, finished out the week. Solid.
It's very solid.
What was the numbers for the week?
For the week, probably one of our best weeks. 11-3 plus 750.
Let it rain.
Let it rain indeed. We are running a great streak.
We've been on fire.
These
We've
last
been absolutely on fire. Ever since episode 1, we've been absolutely on fire.
Plus 500 in each week, you know?
Kicking ass, taking names.
Mm-hmm.
That's an Avenger joke if you didn't get it. But absolutely crushing. 11-3. I can't ask for much more. I don't know what more people want. I've been sick. I've been homeless. You don't know how to work your damn Twitter account.
No, I don't. You're right.
And we're still getting results. Still winning games. Still bringing in the money.
That's
still getting the job done. Still showing up.
Just like you said, there's nothing more you can do.
People gotta listen. I had a new client actually that's just getting involved with things, and first game came out the gate 1-0, and the first thing he said was, "Damn, what am I gonna do with this money?"
That's
easy.
That's one. Just after one,
easy.
He already thought he was winning the lottery.
Ready to spend the money. Relax. This is not a sprint. It's a marathon.
But if he is looking for something to do with the money, I have to fund a vacation to Europe. So, hey, send some money over, guys.
When the hell are you going to Europe?
June. By the way, I'm going to need some vacation.
You know you have to hit a probation period before you get approved for vacation.
This probie period, that wasn't in the contract. What are you talking about?
It's in the fine print.
I don't like this.
Also, Ron Don has 2 jobs here. Apparently, he likes to take vacations. and also bring us beer. What'd you bring this week?
This week I bought in Brooklyn Pilsner Unfiltered, limited release.
Yeah, I'm actually starting to get tired of your shit too, actually.
Why?
A dude last week came up and kicked me.
Uh-huh.
He's like, Uncle Joe, you loser. You never had Purple Haze?
Yeah.
Kicked me and ran off.
Yeah. You never had...
Everybody's starting to think you're cooler now because you're bringing all these stupid Stop and Shop beers and 7-Eleven beers and beers from people's backyard.
Whoa. If you can get this at a 7-Eleven, then that is the dopest 7-Eleven I've ever heard in my life. You're not getting this at a 7-Eleven.
Say it again.
Huh?
What
So
is it?
this is a Brooklyn Pilsner. It's unfiltered, so limited release out here. Come on.
Oh, okay, limited release.
It's on the bottle.
When I see limited release, I think that means it's not gonna make me pee a lot.
so it's gonna, you're not gonna break the seal that much. Is that what it is?
That's what I thought it meant.
No, it's a limited release from Brooklyn Brewery. Have you ever been there, by the way?
I have not.
Great place.
Well, maybe while you're on vacation, maybe I'll go since I'll be here by myself and I won't have any beer.
I'll probably be hitting up the Heineken
What
house.
part of Europe are you going?
Do you really want to know? Amsterdam, Ibiza, and Barcelona.
You're not Avicii. Rest in peace to the legend.
Rest in peace. Rest in peace.
Who do you think you are? See, this is the problem too. We get too much success, and you're just like this other client.
Yeah.
Oh, I can't wait to spend the money.
I cannot wait to go to Club Vandersexen in Amsterdam.
I'm gonna fire you. I see it coming now. I see it coming now. You're not gonna make it a t-shirt, brother.
Damn it!
I see it coming now. So make sure you save your pennies.
Guys, if you need a new co-host, probably be on the market soon.
Came in today also too. Door code, brand new. You couldn't get in.
Sorry, dude.
That was on purpose to let you know you're on your way out soon. The new code actually
is FU Ron
6969.
You guys can do 69-420
in honor of the GOAT retiring. Come on, you don't like Gronk?
No, are you kidding me? I love Gronk.
Oh yeah, it hurts.
He was so much fun.
I thought that sign on your face means like you
No,
were like, oh, I'm a Jet fan.
No. Screw it. I can look. You're right. I am a Jet fan. It sucked every time he scored. He scored a lot against us. But damn, this dude was so much fun.
Yeah,
so much
Mr.
fun.
Party Monster. Mm-hmm. It's gonna suck to see him go, but I'm happy.
Why?
I hate when legends stay too long. You could see it when he's out there, barely walk, can barely run, still making plays though when it counts.
That's the thing.
We're not gonna read his whole resume, but real quickly, 3-time Super Bowl champion. He's 8th all-time in playoff receptions. He's 9th in receiving yards, and he's tied for 2nd in postseason touchdowns.
And just part of that new wave.
He's clutch.
I know. Part of that new wave of.
It's also easy when you're 6'8".
of those big tight ends that really double as like wide receivers. You know, just like him, Graham, like these new tight ends that completely revolutionized the way the game was played. It went from like a tight end that was purely blocking to like now they're like an offensive weapon.
And Gronk never complained.
Never at
Never
all.
cried for more money. Never cried for the ball more when he was having to block. Put his body on the line. You want to talk about a guy that put his body on the line?
Oh yeah.
He looks like a transformer out there. He's got braces on his arm, his legs, concussions. Literally has put his body on the line week in and week out. 3-time champion, deserves all 3.
All 3 of them, yeah. Again, it's gonna suck to see him go. Like the 69 and 420 jokes. He was like such a bro, and I love that about him.
He's the man. He's the bro. Well, he'll be free as well too. Maybe I could team up and get a cruise together.
What?
Matt, is he still gonna do the party cruise?
Oh, dude, of course. He's probably gonna.
That's another thing too. That's awesome about Gronk. He doesn't need this game to make money.
No, not at all.
Let's not forget he was in Entourage. He's gonna be like the next Rock. He's gonna be in movies. He'll be acting. He'll be fine.
I already
Show.
know that he's probably gonna be in so many like action movies.
He's a better version of what Johnny tried to be.
Ah, good. That's a good equation right there. Yeah.
That's the truth. But let's recap the week. Like you said, 11-3. Not much really talk about where we messed up.
Because there weren't too many mess ups.
We talk about the week, what we did, how it went out. So we'll start it off 3-18. Hit the skates. Our SnoozeYouLose pick with Vegas plus 1.5. They took on the Sharks. Dominated the Sharks 7-3. It's funny too because there's really only one stat you need for this, and this is why I took this game. Revenging a home loss. Vegas is 17-3 in the last 2 seasons when playing a team after they just beat them at home.
again, Vegas is such a home ice advantage. Something that you really don't see in sports because again, like like we said before, we're probably gonna say it again. That Vegas flu, it's got some. There's got to be something to it, you know. Not many people go into Vegas and get a W. So, and this is proof enough right there. And again, these are two teams that are probably gonna face each other in the first round of the playoffs. So again, a little playoff preview. If you saw that game, it was really chippy early on. Like it had a playoff feel until like that very end when it got away from the Sharks. But again, these are going to be two teams that are going to face each other a lot in these in the next 2 weeks.
With that stat, I even thought about taking the Golden Knights money line. Played it safe, took the 1.5. I felt it was a game they were going to win with numbers like that backing it, and they didn't let us down. Not disappointing at all, coming away with a 7-3 victory. It'd be good in a matchup. Who would you think would come out in the playoff series? Because who would have home ice?
It would be the Sharks that have home ice out of that one. It's going to be honestly who's ever goaltender holds up the most. Because that's where I see like the weaknesses in both teams. Like I really don't have much faith in Jones. Really don't have that much faith in Fleury. He's getting up there in age. Man, I really like that. I feel like in the end it's gonna be the Sharks. So that defense, like the talent that they have there is amazing, especially on that back end with Burns and Carlson. But that one's just gonna be a fun series. I can't wait for that one.
So then we head to the premium pick. Our one out of our only 3 losses in this one. We had Quinnipiac +6 versus NJIT. That was a game. Quinnipiac was only down 4 at half. They got outscored 55-48 in the second half, and it was Zach Cooks for NJIT. He had his career high 34. When a guy's in the zone, he's in the zone. Nothing you can do about that to stop him. NJIT has their first winning season since 2013. So that was the reason we kind of went with it. Thought Quinnipiac could stay in the game, and they were for the most part, like I just said, only down 4 at half. Guy was in his zone, carried them to the way, and closed it out for him.
Yeah. I know, again, tough one on that one, but again, like when one guy gets hot, just takes over the floor, really.
Yeah, nothing you could do about that. So 320, our SnoozeYouLose pick, we had NCCU +5 versus North Dakota. They lost, but we don't give a shit because we're not about wins and losses. They did cover 78-74. That game came down to the wire. I skipped the notes for it. Here we go. Had it down here. Came down to the wire. They tried to have the all-Durham matchup. NCCU, 0 bench points.
Yikes.
Not a single contributor off the bench scored.
And you're not going to win many basketball games like that, you know?
It's hard to do. I mean, luckily enough for us, they did cover, but 0 bench points, while North Dakota had 17, and that was really the difference. 17 bench points to 0. They're really going to do it every time.
I have a question. So, obviously, this is the first week of March Madness. So, like, as someone who's looking at these games, there's, like, not... Like I look at the matchups that we did have. Again, not much history there between like the two teams. Does that obviously I feel like that makes it harder for you, or is it or does it make it a bit easier? I don't know, because I feel like for me, not that much history, hard. But I don't know. I want to ask the expert about that.
It could go either way.
Okay.
I mean, I don't want to give a cliche answer, but it really can because. Yeah, obviously you would definitely want more history. But then like I always explain to these sports fanatics, it doesn't matter what happened 10 years ago. Yes, sometimes history is going to play a favor. It does repeat itself twice. And you're looking to things like that to help your decision. But it's really all about that day. Okay. It's about the lines, who's home, who's away, what Vegas is showing you, the public, is it moving, if the public's taking it too much, if they're not, they're fading it, the trends, it's all stuff like that. So it's a little bit of both. Okay. It's really all about the line, though. It's about what Vegas is giving the line, what the public's doing to it. History definitely helps. But a team could beat a team 8 times, take it one day, and they lose, 8 out of 10. All right. It just happens to be that day.
All right, yeah. I always wondered, so glad that I can ask an expert.
Hey, good question. Hey, we're not experts here. We're financial advisors.
Good point.
So then our prem pick for that day was St. John's +2 against Arizona State. The Johnnies lost that one 74-65. And like the Vegas game, there's only really one thing I can say about this game. The goddamn Johnnies just didn't want to win. That was a game Arizona State was literally trying to give to them, and they just didn't want to be there. The Pac-12, This is the first tournament win for the Pac-12 in 2 years. 2 years.
I forgot about how bad they did in 20 last year.
First win for them in 2 years. No, they didn't even get in last year. Same thing. They lost the play-in game. First win for the Pac-12 in 2 years. The Johnnies just ended the season on a mudslide. 5 out of 6 losses in the year. And they haven't won a tournament game since 2000.
It must suck because the Johnnies were one of those bubble teams. And it must just suck for the team that got bounced in favor of the Johnnies, you know. Like you said, maybe if it was the other team, I forget who it was that was in right around that same range.
Yeah.
Like, would it have been like a different game? Would Arizona not be in the dance? You know.
They didn't want to be there either. They lost the next game right after that. They didn't want to be there either. They were, like I said, literally trying to give this game away. St. John's, come on, 5 out of 6 to end the year. You haven't won a tournament game since 2000. It's 2019.
They haven't won since 2000.
Haven't won an NCAA tournament game since 2000. What are we doing with the program? It can't get much better than this. Hans is probably gonna leave. If he does, this team would be awful next year. Absolutely awful.
So
absolutely.
So they're gonna be.
They better pray he stays.
So there's gonna be no way they're gonna be in the conversation for a 20 pick if he leaves.
They better pray he stays. They better pray, because if he leaves, you'll be working there. You'll be on the team.
Yes.
Because that's how bad they'll be, and you won't have a job here, so you can fill the roster spot over there.
I'll be the oldest guy there by a mile and a half, but I love it, man.
How many years of eligibility does this kid have?
Got the grades going in and stuff. It's gonna be great.
321. Our SnoozeYouLose pick was Vermont +9 against Florida State. They lost, but they covered that one, 76-69. And that was a game that I thought was going to be close, even though Florida State's a much better team. It was two defensive teams. Florida State was up 12 with just over a minute to go. And Vermont, had a little run for us at the end, closed the gap, was able to cover that one for us. This is a stat I love. Ernie, Everett, and Robin Duncan, the first trio of brothers to play in an NCAA tournament game.
So a little family affair going on right there.
Would you ever go to the same school and be on the same basketball team as your two other brothers?
It depends if they steal my stuff or not,
I feel like I need a break.
I mean,
that's got to be annoying.
But maybe it's like that type of thing where they just don't know how to be alone and stuff.
That's awful.
I mean, I find it weird too, but maybe it's like that. I don't know.
That's awful.
I don't know the family dynamic here.
I don't know either. We're just using common sense. I mean, shout out to them to their history now. They did make it as a statistic, so good for them going to Vermont to make a statistic. But that's so weird.
I know.
I need some separation.
The more you say, that is
come on.
weird.
All three of us, I could see me and my older brother or me and my younger brother. The older, the younger, and the middle. We're at the goddamn Brady Bunch.
Yeah, maybe they got a good deal and stuff.
For all three. And you know what it is, too? All three of them definitely can't be that good.
No.
You always want, just like the Mellos, the Ball family, all three of them can't be stars.
So there's one that's clearly
just there.
Yeah.
Probably a walk-on, only plays in practice. That's even more reason not to go.
I don't find it so bad. Come on now.
That's so weird.
Fine, it's weird.
322, SnoozeYouLose pick. UCI, your boy, the Anteaters, +4 against Kansas State. They won this game outright, 70-64. Not really a surprise. Didn't have Dean Wade for Kansas State. Didn't really know where the offense was going to come from. A 12-0 run by the Anteaters kind of put things away in the second half. And K-State had missed 11 straight shots to go into the locker room to end the first half.
Yeah, no, not a good way to end the first half at all whatsoever.
Just couldn't figure out enough offense.
Especially in the tourney, I mean, this is
it's hard to regroup.
Yeah, it's hard to regroup. I mean, there's no clear home advantage, away thing. So, momentum is going to be built on the game, it's going to be really hard once you do that,
And that's the thing, too, we're going to get into talking about some other picks is, in these games, too, so many, we talk about it all the time, actually, forget the tournament, just in basketball in general, teams up 15, teams up 20, bang, down 4, down 3, tie game.
Those runs.
You see, and then we're going to talk about it later with the Tennessee game, those frauds. But the game will run. So to miss 11 straight shots to go into the locker room, it's not a confidence builder. When you're already missing your best scorer, now you're into the locker room against a team that definitely has the confidence already that they could beat you. I thought +4 was a small number. We grabbed it. They actually, like I said, won the game outright. The Anteaters moved on. They did fall the next game after that, but they did move on, and we'll take that W every time.
Absolutely.
So Premium, the one that we were not surprised about at all as well, the 12-5 matchup, Liberty +7 over Mississippi State, 80-76. They grabbed the win. We go 2-0 that day.
First, for instance, NCAA tournament.
First day of the tournament, we go 2-0. Bills get paid. We start out on fire.
I mean, what more do you want on day one of tourney? Was this a one where was there any early action for you or no?
I believe the Anteaters game was kind of early.
Okay.
I don't remember.
It wasn't before dinner. I like that saying.
I think
That's
it was
why.
definitely a winner before dinner.
Uh-huh.
I could be wrong though. We'll have to stat check that during the commercial break, but I don't remember. I know the Mississippi State game was that early.
Yeah, I know
that was early. I remember leaving the bar, getting ready to catch the train, and they were taking care of business. What was the final on that one? 87-6, right?
Yeah. For Mississippi State versus Liberty?
Yeah, they won that game by 4.
Yeah, 80-76.
We grabbed it +7. They won that by 4. So we're going to stat check that. We're actually going to do that right now. We're going to take a quick break, pay some bills. Don't go anywhere. Snooze You Lose podcast. Uncle Joe, Ron the Don. Be right back after this.
Weddings should be memorable, but not for the groom's lack of style. That's why our friends at the Black Tux design rental suits and tuxedos that you'll love wearing at your wedding. So if you end up getting featured on a list of 23 epic wedding fails, at least you know you'll look good for your close-up. But the best part about the Black Tux is that they have an easy online ordering process that brings your suit or tuxedo straight to you. Just pick a style at theblacktux.com and request a free home try-on so you can feel the fit and quality before you commit. And if online isn't your style, they have showrooms all over the country where you can find your fit and plan your look. Over 5,000 5-star reviews across Wedding Wire, The Knot, and their own website agree. You won't find another rental experience or designs like the ones you'll find at the Black Tux. Grooms, if you want your wedding to be remembered for the right reasons, visit theblacktux.com/listen. That's theblacktux.com/listen for $20 off your purchase. Walk, don't run to theblacktux.com/listen to find a look for you and your crew. Theblacktux.com, formal wear for the moment.
Anchor is a one-stop shop for recording, hosting, and distributing your podcast. Best of all, it's 100% free and ridiculously easy to use. And now, Anchor can match you with great sponsors who want to advertise on your podcast. That means you get paid to podcast right away. In fact, that's what I'm doing right now by reading this ad. So if you always wanted to start a podcast making money doing it, go to anchor.fm/start. That's anchor.fm/start. Welcome back to the Snooze You Lose podcast. I'm your host, Uncle Joe, joined by me, Ron the Don. Make sure you follow us on Twitter and Instagram at The Black Bookie. Give us a like on Facebook under Uncle Joe. Anchor, Spotify, Apple Music, and YouTube. The Snooze You Lose podcast. Tell a friend to tell a friend, and most importantly, hit that subscribe button. It's been such an exciting week. My notes are all scrambled up. We skipped the 319 pick. Maybe I wanted to forget about it because that was only one other loss we had this week.
Yeah, that is true.
319. Our Snooze You Lose pick was Temple +3 against Belmont. Belmont just a scoring machine, 87.4 points per game. They're second in the nation. They went on a 16-3 run in the second half. The reason I kind of went with this game, though, Temple's head coach, Fran Dunphy, it was his final game. He's been at Maryland for 13 seasons. So I thought the kids were going to come fight for him for possibly his last game, which they did. It was a late run in the second half that kind of pulled things away. Belmont is even a team I thought were going to beat Maryland in the first round. Almost did, up big in the first half, let the game slip away. But it was just too much offense from Belmont.
Yeah.
As, Temple couldn't keep up. And then our prem for that day was FDU versus Prairie View. First NCAA bid in school history for FDU. They were 0-5 trying to get into the tournament before that.
Ooh.
So they are now 1-5. They finally got it done. They were down 13 twice in this game. Down 13 in the first half, down 13 in the second half. In the second half, down 13, I turned it off. They battled back. They did enough just to cover for us. They had 9 turnovers in the first 10 minutes. So it was not looking pretty. But they got their first bid, and they went dancing.
They went dancing. That's the most important part. We also missed another one. It was the Wofford pick. That was a prem for Thursday. We had Wofford money line versus Seton Hall. We won that one, 84-68.
First NCAA victory for Wofford. They were up 10.5. If you don't know him, better find out. Fletcher McGee, 7 threes in this game, 509 in 4 seasons.
Isn't that?
Get this kid in the Lakers jersey.
Could we see like another Steph coming out? Because I know like.
Let's not get crazy.
I mean.
Let's not get crazy. He could maybe be like a Ray.
Okay, Ray.
A Peja.
All right.
You know, something like that to spot up. I don't think he could create his own shot.
Because I remember when he was at Davidson, Steph Curry just built like this cult of personality for him.
But he could create his own shot.
Okay.
McGee's more of a catch and shoot type of guy. Put him in the corner, can knock him down all day. But 509 in 4 years. That's made, not attempts. 509 in 4 seasons in college.
I mean, the man can shoot.
And then Seton Hall shot 9 for 27 from 3.
People who can shoot.
So that was the difference. Wofford also is the smallest school in history to be ranked in the top 25.
I mean, this kind of brings me back to, I remember when Wake Forest in football was like a small school to be ranked, but this like Wofford like even dwarfs that, you know.
I think we've had more people at some of our parties that then go to school with Wofford.
So this is kind of like a one schoolhouse sort of deal for Wofford, you know.
That's it, but good for them, man.
Yeah,
you know, making it happen, letting it rain.
Letting it rain.
323, our SnoozeYouLose pick. We went Florida +6 against Michigan. They lost that game 64-49. Did not cover for us. The well just went dry for the Gators. Florida was held to their lowest point total of the season. Michigan went on a 13-5 run to end the game. And they were in it. Like I said, the well just went dry. They couldn't figure out enough offense. And Michigan pretty much beat them at their own game. The matchup before, Florida hit a big 3 to beat LSU to advance. And that's what they were known for. They came to this game as a defensive team, a better defensive team than Michigan. And Michigan just put the clamps on them. Put the Florida Gator clamps on them. Couldn't find up any offense. The well went dry, and the Wolverines kept dancing.
Yeah, I mean, great way of putting it. It was basically this was always going to be a defensive battle, as you can tell from the final score. It was completely a defensive battle. Yeah, I mean, again, not the prettiest game. I'm gonna say
win or loss.
Yeah, it just wasn't a great showing of basketball. But hey, whatever helps you win, you know.
Premium Auburn money line. We took them over Kansas. They won that game 89-75, and it was Mr. Brown for Auburn with 7 threes, 25 points in total. I mean, Auburn came out the gates with a point to prove, 51-25 in the first half. They're trying to show that SEC championship is not a fluke, that they are for real, that they didn't just get lucky in that tournament. They came out gunning. The game did get closer in the second half as, of course, Kansas went on their run. But Kansas, we talked about this all year. It's another team. Whenever we got the chance, we weren't going to really back them because they don't have the ability to win on the road. And there's another situation, though, where even though Auburn came out with a point to prove, Kansas' road record is also very proven.
Yeah.
We went with the money line because it was a small spread. It was only -2. Went with the money line. They covered it, no problem. And they set the tone, and they came away with the W.
Yeah, I mean, great foresight on that one. Like you said, Kansas did not have the best of away records this season, and just, you know, like you said, great insight on that one.
324, our SnoozeYouLose pick was Iowa +8. They lost but covered 83-77. And Tennessee, frauds are gonna be frauds. I don't know. It just like going 11-3 this week. I don't know what more I have to do to tell people, because I want people to understand also that when we say teams are a fraud, that doesn't necessarily always mean that they're just losing games. They're not covering. If they're not blowing leads and they're not covering. Tennessee was up 49-28 at half. At one point, they were up 25 in total.
So a game where you would probably like turn off, right?
Definitely turned off. My stomach was in the pits watching this. Because this was, like I said, this was a SnoozeYouLose pick. It was the free pick that you can get every day at the Black Bookie on Twitter or Facebook. You know, you give out a free pick to the people, and even though you're having a hot week, sometimes you have that guy that just jumps on this morning or yesterday, so he's like, crap, now I'm 1-1, or crap, I'm 0-2, or whatever the case may be. So you give a pick out and a team's down 49-28 at half.
That guy that just hopped on.
Where's the Mylanta?
Yep.
I need something to fix this pain in my stomach. And then what do you know? Bang, outscore them 43-22 in the second half. Tennessee's a fraud. We've been saying it. We keep saying it. Another reason I took this game, besides what we have been saying, you look at the matchup before. They were a 13-point favorite against Colgate. Only won the game by 7. They let teams stick around.
Yeah,
they let teams stick around. They're either going to blow it and not win at all, or they're not going to cover. They are not good against the spread, and that's what we mean by frauds, because if you're somebody that had Tennessee -8 and you're up 49-28 at half, you're thinking, yeah, this might get a little bit closer in the second half, but the money should be coming. And you got nothing. You got nothing.
You're just looking like, what happened, Yeah, like you said, Tennessee there's no killer instinct on that team. Just not at all. Like you said, they let...
There's a bunch of seniors, too.
Yeah, they let them hang. Yeah, after like 3-4 years, like being a...
How long are you going to keep doing this?
Yeah. I'm with you. Just, they are frauds.
There's no other way to put it. Politely, subliminally,
I feel like
figuratively.
I feel like you just have to be big and bold about it. Fraud alert.
Fraud alert. Next, they're going to get Purdue. And this one, it's another one. It's going to come down to the wire. Carson Edwards is a stud. We talked about him before. He had 42 points against Nova, his season high. So Purdue scares me because they're a team, though, they only go as he goes. If he comes into a game where he's having a slump where he's not putting up points, they struggle to find offense in other players and in other places. So it's gonna be tough.
So not a depth of scoring on that team,
Not at all. So, and especially having to exert that type of effort, the matchup before, they are gonna get a few days rest now. It's not like the weekend where the games are back to back to back. They get a few days rest now before they will have to play Tennessee, but it's tough to match that effort and to do it against a team. It's gonna be tough.
Yeah.
In the bracket, I don't even remember what I put because I don't care.
Stop, you care.
I think I took Tennessee.
All right.
Only because, like I just said, Purdue can only go as far as Edwards takes them. And if he has a bad game,
I mean,
but that doesn't mean that I don't think for 1 second that Tennessee probably won't cover whatever the spread is, unless it's like 3 or something small like that.
So if you see anything where there's like
if it's a 6 or 7, something like that, I'll take Purdue all day.
All right. You heard it here first, guys. On that.
We've been doing it all year. LSU, Auburn, Iowa, the list goes on. We've taken the other team every time, and they've covered every time against Tennessee.
So yeah, this is a trend that our audience should definitely pick up on. Like once we see a team that they just show this type of trend. Like you got to trust us on this one,
11-3, 10-4 before.
9-5.
9-5.
Yeah. We're winning. We're making money.
The record's proven. It's posted every day. We don't hide. When we lose or when we win, you will know. The motto here will always be win together, lose together. And lately, we've just been winning together. Don't miss this ride.
A lot of winning.
The record since January 1st of just NCAA. Forget everything else because we've hit a few hockey plays. Oh, baseball's going to be coming up.
Can't wait, right?
Can't wait. 43-30 since January 1st.
43-30. That's money in your pockets.
And you have to be realistic. It's not going to be 80%, not going to be 90%. Those people don't exist. Else we'd be all right. Those people don't exist. 43-30 since January 1st. And just college basketball. Why would you not want to be a part of this right now? In the heart of the season.
In the most exciting time of the year,
It's a great time, too. It's been absolutely electrifying. Duke.
Thank God for that alley-oop, right? That's where I would have been like, oh, my bracket's just shot.
If they lose that game, I think it would be fair to say that you would probably be able to put Michigan or North Carolina, then it's the next team to win it.
Ooh,
I don't trust Tennessee.
you're right.
I like Texas Tech. We'll have to see. They spanked Buffalo,
Yep.
which was our premium pick
That's our
for
premium.
Sunday. They spanked Buffalo. So we'll have to see. Because Buffalo is, this ain't the MAC.
Yeah.
This ain't the MAC.
I mean,
They had a great season, but this ain't the MAC.
but I mean, like Vegas didn't think it was gonna be that bad of a blowout.
I didn't either.
Yeah.
I did not either. Smackdown. Smackdown.
Yeah.
Let's get into those. There was the 24th. Was the Tennessee. Was the Iowa +8. That was our SnoozeYouLose pick. And then the premium was the Texas Tech -4. And an absolute smackdown.
20 points as a final.
Jesus.
So I mean,
And that's one of those games too where it's like you feel like they could have won by 35 if they wanted to.
it just wasn't even close.
It was never two teams out there.
It was one having like catch and shoot, some practice basically.
It was scrimmage.
Yeah.
But yeah, I would say Michigan, North Carolina. I don't believe in Tennessee, obviously.
And obviously, yeah, I know.
Could they win? Yeah.
But it's gonna be a ton of nail biters, is what you're telling me.
And how long can you do that? You need a few games where, I'm not saying you beat everybody by 20. You need a few games where you win by 7. You win by 9. You get comfortable. I know it's a tournament, but every game can't be we're blowing 25-point leads. We're only beating Colgate by 7.
I mean, like not only does it wear on you physically, obviously, especially with the back-to-backs, like that type of thing. It's like it's got to get in your head at some point,
It's definitely in their heads.
Yeah.
It's definitely in their heads, and it's definitely in their heads. Virginia's in there.
Oh God, I do not. That is one team where
I'm not impressed. Forget what has happened in the past, because like we just said earlier,
the first half of the first game.
Gardner Webb, yeah.
Yep.
But like we said before, you can't count on what's happened in history. That always doesn't mean anything today. But they don't.
They don't
They're
inspire confidence.
good, yeah, but they don't like Gonzaga. Same thing. Yeah, you're good, but I don't think you're gonna cut any nets down.
Yeah. So
I like Michigan a lot.
So top 3 is Michigan, UNC, and Texas
Duke.
Tech. You want to say?
No, if Duke were to lose,
yeah, if
right.
Duke, this is the hypothetical.
If
that we're-
Duke was to lose,
Yeah.
love North Carolina.
Uh-huh.
You gotta think their only really loss came to Zion.
Yep. That's the thing. A Duke with Zion. Without Zion,
Came to the wire.
Yep.
Love North Carolina. Love Michigan. The
Just-
fact because they can play defense.
their defense is stifling at points. Like you saw, like only 49 points. So
Love Michigan.
They can put like the clamps on a team.
And then I would probably say I would say Texas Tech, maybe Tennessee. That would be that third. It would be a / Texas Tech / Tennessee. I don't think Purdue has enough weapons. I don't trust Virginia. I don't trust Gonzaga.
No, it would be nice though. I would like to see like Gonzaga, like you always hear about them. It'd be a
'cause
cool story.
They play at 11 o'clock at night, and they beat everybody by 20.
But I mean, good story. Like I've been hearing them for the past like 7,000 years as like this emerging team. Who's the guy that they had that went to the NBA? Adam Morrison. Do you remember him? Yeah. So
I think that's someone working at a car wash.
No, I thought we saw him at the Best Buy. Remember?
The best one.
He looks like one of the Geek Squad guys.
With or without the mustache.
With the mustache, obviously.
Unbelievable. Baseball's coming.
Cannot wait.
Before we end, speaking of that,
Uh-huh.
what the hell is with start? Okay, I'm fine with starting the season in Japan. That's cool for the whole Ichiro thing. That's fine.
Tell me that wasn't awesome.
It was
I
amazing.
saw that.
And guess what? 78% of this country has no idea.
They had zero idea.
I have no problem with it. I think it was a cool idea. The guy's a legend. Why did we have to do it in March though?
Every time they've gone to Japan, it's basically they started those first 2 games, and then they come back for some more spring training.
That's dumb.
I found it.
That sentence alone is dumb.
I always find that very peculiar. It's gotta be something where just that time shift to get into the next series.
Okay.
For the team.
I get that. Make it the last week of spring training then.
Yes.
Make it the last week of spring training at least. Make it April 1st, April 2nd, and then they don't have a game till like the 8th or something like that, or the 7th. But don't start the season in March, come back, play spring training, and then start the season again.
Yeah,
That's dumb.
I feel like that's the part that just screws everything up the most. Is just hey, we played we got games in the standings,
Two games,
and
that
now
no one knew.
And now we're gonna
We still got people fighting for roster spots.
and then we don't have Ichiro too.
And someone retired.
And someone
This
retired.
trip was so long that by the time we got back, someone's not playing anymore.
So it's not playing.
It was stupid.
Yeah.
I don't like that at all. That's dumb. We gotta fix that.
All right.
Send an email.
I'm pretty sure they're gonna love it. I'm still sending my emails to Bud Selig though. That's the thing.
Send an email. Any final words?
20 time, like you said, best time of the year.
Best time of the year.
And I hope we keep on reading with this hot streak.
Got to. I mean, that's the goal. Listen, not a sprint. It's a marathon. We've been on an absolute tear. Proud of it. Proud of the work we've been putting in. It will not always be 11-3. It's just how it is.
Mm-hmm.
It's not going to be that way. We can stay positive. 9-4, 10-2, whatever it is. Positive week, positive numbers. That's all you can ask for.
Yeah.
And I can guarantee you too, if there is a week where we get absolutely shelled, it won't happen twice. It won't happen twice. It's just not in our DNA. We figure it out. We show up. We've been so locked in. It's crazy too because in January we came out the gate, 7-0 right out the gate, absolutely destroying it.
I feel on top of the world after that.
February got a little cold. Dog time. Teams are getting ready for the tournament. NBA players don't really give a shit. They're coming off a All-Star break. NHL players, same thing, coming off the break. Everybody right now is in crunch time. March and April, everybody's gonna be in crunch time. That's why even once the NBA playoffs kind of fade off, right before we get into those dog days of baseball, it's gonna be tough because guys aren't gonna be caring as much.
Yeah.
Then you give me after the All-Star break, heading into football, it's a layup. It's a layup. So when there is that dry spell, I guarantee you, if there is one, knock on wood, it won't be long. It won't be long. We're too good at what we do. We have pride in what we do. We take care of our clients. We take care of our pockets. And we always figure it out. Episode 7.
Oh, yes.
7?
6. No?
6. I'm going ahead of myself.
That's okay.
I'm ready to go. It's been a long day. It's been a long day. Duke still got my heart pounding.
Right?
Can't count. The notes is all messed up.
Again.
I'm firing you. It's a lot going on.
Oh, yeah, that's right, guys. I'm about to be fired soon, so please.
Put your resume in.
I'll take any job offers. We'll work for beer.
We'll work for beer. Get him a sign. Episode 7. Once again, tell a friend to tell a friend. Hit that subscribe button. You guys know where to find us. As always, in the great words of Billy Walters, the icon, I've had some losing weeks. I've had some losing months. I've never had a losing year. Snooze You Lose podcast. Until next time.